Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, we're going to be talking about G2. More specifically, we're going to be talking mostly about Wunder. Obviously, this was after they lost this past series to Mad Lions this past weekend, where he tweeted out, okay, I'll uninstall WoW for the next week. And this got 31,000 likes on Twitter. I mean, this really blew up. It's what a lot of people have been talking about on Twitter. A lot of people have been talking about on Reddit. And yes, it is a joke and it is kind of a meme, but Wunder has been grinding solo queue now. I know Yanko said that he's not going to be streaming for the week. G2 seems to be locking in, and over the past couple of years, we've seen a locked-in G2, a prepared, motivated, angry G2 coming off losses, even coming off close games and close series sometimes, be very difficult to next to impossible to beat in the LEC. So in this video today, we're going to go over that past series with Mad Lions, talk about kind of what went wrong for G2, what went wrong for Wunder, maybe what got them to this point, and then if any of the tweets like this are going to come back to just be big memes, if Wunder runs it down against either Rogue or Mad Lions, people are going to be, bringing this stuff up again, or if we're really going to see G2, Wunder, Yankos, everybody take it to the next level and just kind of run through Rogue and Mad Lions, because that's definitely possible as well. But before we get into that, I just want to mention real quick, if you guys have not already, please take a second and smash that like button. I would appreciate it so much. Really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. We try to hit like 100 likes on a good video, so check it out. If we're under 100 likes, hey, run it up. If we're at 100, hey, we're chilling a little bit. But also subscribe to stay up to date on my latest content. I would appreciate it so much. Helps you guys stay up to date on what we got going on in the future. So with that being said, let's get right into this. Again, Wunder tweeting out that he's got to uninstall WoW. Luca Perks coming at him with the big cap, which was funny. Ender, saying rip Mad Lions. Frosty, okay, it's over. A lot of people on both sides saying that, there's no way it's real, or saying, yeah, Mad Lions, you better be scared. You do not want this angry, motivated G2. And again, it's been kind of a meme, but it's also serious. So from this past week, we had, the G2 Mad Lion series where I'm not going to blame it all on Wunder, but I do think Wunder was not good in this series. I do think he is one of the people you could blame. Now, when we take a look at, the games in the series, he started out with the Silas game where I thought he was just not good. The Silas was very disappointing, 3-7. And in this comp where you have Karma, Leona, bot lane, you have an Udyr, your two big carries, your two scaling hyper damage dealers are the Silas and the Tristana. And the Tristana got to 10-4. And when the other main carry, the Silas, who scales incredibly well and is supposed to be this huge, massive late game damage threat, just kind of doesn't really do anything, it makes it way harder for this comp to be successful. It puts way more pressure on the Tristana, and it allows the other team to just focus in on them so much harder. And in this game, the other team actually had pretty decent ults to take. Gnar, Orianna, Rel, all pretty good ults for the Silas, and I think Wunder just did not play well enough. And yes, people are going to say it's a bad draft or it's a weird draft or whatever. And Mickey obviously did not play great either. Mickey, I don't think, had a very good series overall at all. And I think he's been honestly pretty shaky the last couple of weeks. But still, I think if Wunder played well and he popped off on Silas in this game, this draft was definitely winnable. This game was definitely winnable, especially with Caps playing as well as he played. And the comp kind of, being there to set up Wunder and Caps for success. In the next game, 0-6-10 on the Gragas. Caps, again, being really the only one doing much of anything. 9-5-2 on the Lucian. It's another Karma comp, and you need a secondary carry to help him out. Now this one, I think this comp is much worse with the Trundle and the Gragas top. There's not really even a lot of damage on this composition. It was going to be very hard for Caps to kind of solo carry this one, but Wunder again did not play well. In this game, this was Wunder's best score line, I do believe, 3-3-4 on the Akali, but I believe it was like a KS triple kill on the Nexus as they were ending, so he really didn't do much of anything on the Akali in this game either. So even though they won this game, even though the scoreline is maybe a little bit better, if you just looked at scores, you'd say Wunder played well, but really I don't think he did. I think this was a pretty bad Akali game, but G2 was still able to win because they actually played well everywhere else. 4-0, 4-0, 8-1, 0-2, 12, everyone popped off that game. But then finally, obviously in the last one, him back on the Jace. Again, I'm not going to say this game was all his fault or anything, but he didn't play well. His whole team didn't play well. This one was going to be really hard to win, even if Wunder did pop off on the Jace, but it was not like he played exceptionally well. So Do I think Wunder, kind of focusing up, grinding solo queue, uninstalling WoW? I don't think he actually uninstalled WoW, but I don't think he will be playing WoW this week, because I think they are getting prepared. And obviously, this team wants to go to Worlds. They want to compete for a world title, if not win a world title. And part of that is going to MSI. Yes, going to MSI does not directly influence Worlds or anything like that. And obviously, they care way more about Worlds than MSI. And if they can be prepared heading into that World Championship, they're going to be way more happy, and that's what they're going to care about. But part of that is going to MSI and getting the experience of getting to scrim against the top teams around the world, getting another chance at practicing on the international stage and playing against all those teams, and the pressure and those scrims are way better, and just all those games and the stage time is all so much better than anything you can get in the LEC. So if they were to miss out on MSI, it wouldn't mean winning the World Championship's impossible. It wouldn't mean their whole season's ruined, but it would be kind of a pretty big step back in place of their long-term goals. So obviously this has led to people pulling out some Reddit threads. This was, I believe this was a day or two ago, where this Reddit thread came up of G2 Wunder playing 13 solo queue games in one day, which is equivalent to about 20% of all of his solo queue games he's played this season. So after a loss to Mad in the LEC playoff, G2 Wunder changed his account name to No Wow Free Win and played 13 solo queue games today, which is equal to 18.5% of all of his solo queue games he's played prior to that day. G2 as a team and Wunder especially showed quite bad performance against Mad, but G2 after losses always strikes back, and it's good to see Wunder tryharding for the MSI spot. Obviously, the team has insane skill ceiling, and they will probably peak at international events while scrimming the best teams. Do you think this week in terms of practice is going to be enough to see G2 at a level to win LEC? And yeah, I don't know. That is what's tough. That yes, I love to see Wunder grinding. I love to see that Yankos is going to not stream and he's going to grind as well. And I think it's going to really help. And I think they're going to improve a ton really fast. Because I think, yes, obviously G2 is a more talented team than Rogue. They are a more talented team than Mad Lions. Maybe they don't have the best read on the meta. Maybe this meta doesn't even fit their players and team composition and everything the best. Because I know, obviously, Grabs has talked a little bit about how, yeah, they're not super great at front-to-back team fighting. And this kind of isn't the best meta for G2 right now. And they don't play the best of this style. And they're practicing and they're working on it. But for whatever reason, it's not going well right now. So, and then also people have questioned some of their drafts from the last week and stuff. So it's a little bit of players underperforming. It's a little bit of maybe bad read on the meta. It's a little bit of maybe just not the optimal meta for G2. But again, to see Wunder, I just thought this was hilarious. He played 20% of the solo queue games that he played in the whole season in one day. I mean, that's showing some level of commitment. And yeah, for most people, everyone's had a day where they've played like 10, 11, 12 games or whatever. But obviously for Wunder, this is not typical. This is very unique. He usually is playing just a couple of games a week or something. To play that many games in one day shows that he's taking it very serious, showing that he's not messing around, and showing that he's also very motivated. Because, obviously he doesn't really like playing solo queue that much. He's not a big fan of it. He knows he needs to play solo queue sometimes to either get certain champions down or to get him mechanics right or whatever. And he is obviously hyper competitive, super just competitive guy, and he wants to win. He doesn't want to lose to Mad Lions. He doesn't want to lose to Rogue. He wants to go to MSI, and if he thinks he's got to play some solo queue and practice up for a week, he's going to do it. And then we got an update, I believe this was yesterday, about G2 Wunder has climbed from D1 series. I think the guy actually just meant Masters series, they said, to Masters 180 LP in less than 2 full days after changing his name to No Wow Free Win. So we can actually check in with Wunder's account over in EUS right now. Obviously, he has a 54% win rate. He has an 82% win rate on the Jace, 55% win rate on that Aurelia, 63 on Akali. Hit a little bit of a cold streak at the end yesterday, but ended it with a nice Akali game. Obviously, he's playing a little bit of everything. That's good to see. A lot of MVPs. He's been popping off. He's climbed really fast. People were saying to look at his tier graph, where, yeah, he went from low D1 now up to, like, mid-master in a short amount of time. Obviously, this is not super impressive because he is one of the best top laners, if not the best top laner in Europe. So he should be able to climb through D1 and low master and mid master and grand master and even probably low challenger very quickly. But the bigger picture is how much solo queue he's playing. Him tweeting out, "I'm uninstalling WoW," it wasn't just a meme. He is grinding hard. He is playing a ton of games, and this is very good practice for him. This is, we're going to see a different Wunder than we've seen the whole season. Again, is this automatically going to help him? I don't know. I don't think it's going to hurt, but it also just shows, at the very least, like, whether the solo queue games are actually doing anything for him, who knows exactly, because obviously he's been very successful without playing a lot of solo queue a lot of the times, but at the least I think it shows a mindset shift of him being more serious, being just very, very prepared and very, very motivated. And I think that, if nothing else, is going to help them play a little bit better. But also, I think, yeah, definitely on stage last week, he showed that he might be a little rusty, that he might not be at his peak form and stuff. And this is kind of what Wonder's always done in the past. He plays until he thinks he's there, and then maybe he chills for a little bit and tries to see how long he can not play, because that's just not his style. That's just not what he wants to do. And he's been very successful with it in the past, and everyone has different training regimens. Everyone has different things that they do. And yeah, it sucks that G2, it seems like every single year, every single playoffs, has to lose a big series or lose a big game before they actually start taking it seriously, before they actually get a big wake-up call. But it's also hard to question, because G2 has obviously been one of the most, if not the most successful teams in the West of all time, and they've shown results that nobody else in the West has been able to show with any other kind of training regimen or any other kind of solo queue schedule or practice schedule or whatever. So it's just really tough. But again, yes, Wunder is grinding. He's playing a ton of games, and could it be too little too late? Absolutely, because this is it this weekend. You know, they have the Rogue Series, and then they have the finals back to back right after that in the same weekend. So they just have a week to kind of turn things all the way around, to prepare for Rogue and Mad Lions. And Mad Lions is going to get to watch their series against Rogue. And if they do have to pull out some different picks, or if they are playing a little bit different, Mad Lions is going to have more time to scout them and chill and relax. And G2 is going to have to play two very, very big, very, very stressful series back to back. And yes, G2 has been good at that historically. G2, if I have any team in the West, and maybe any team in the world with their backs up against the wall, I'm taking G2. They have shown to always rise to the occasion, always win a game, always win a match, always win a team fight, always make a play, it seems like, when they need to. And that's not just in the LEC, that's on the international stage as well. When they won their MSI finals, when they made it to the World Finals, even when they make it to World Semis, yes, when they get knocked out, obviously no team can do it every time, but G2 is one of the most clutch, one of the best teams in the world, and it seems like they're going all out. It seems like they're ready. And yes, could they come up short? Absolutely. It's very, very possible. Rogue and Mad Lions are both very, very tough teams, but I think at the least, we're going to see the best possible G2 this weekend, and I think LEC teams should be a little bit afraid of that. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the job done, but they're at least going to give it their best shot, and a team this talented, better watch out. But that is pretty much it for this video today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I would appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Wunder grinding solo queue? Do you think it's a big deal? Do you think he's going to pop off this weekend? Do you think it doesn't matter at all, and he's still going to suck? Or do you think he is just going to, play how he's been playing? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.